A weasel was just about to cross the road when it was accidentally hit by a passing vehicle. The little animal, with an injured foot, immediately panicked and ran around frantically. Seeing this, the man wanted to help it, but the weasel not only refused his help, it even bared its teeth at the kind-hearted man, warning him not to come any closer. But after running for only a short while, the little animal collapsed and lay motionless. The man quickly took off his clothes and carefully wrapped the weasel in them, then carried it to his car to rest. A few minutes later, the little animal finally woke up. After seeing that it was okay, he placed it in the woods so it could return to nature. But what happened next was completely unexpected. Just as the little animal happily hopped around, ready to run into the woods to find its mother, it accidentally jumped into a river. It really was one misfortune after another. Watching the little animal struggle helplessly in the water, the man saw that it was about to drown. He immediately took off his clothes and entered the water, slowly making his way toward it, then quickly pulled the weasel out of the water. But by then, the little animal was motionless, with only its last breath remaining. Without hesitation, the man immediately began CPR, watching a video to learn while trying to save its life. The elderly people in his village used to say that when you save a weasel, you should always wish it good fortune, and then your own luck will keep getting better in 2026, and better and more prosperous. When a weasel falls into water, it instinctively holds its breath, but once it runs out of energy, water can enter its airways and lungs. Artificial respiration supplies oxygen to the lungs, which can help keep it alive, while waiting for the weasel to regain the ability to breathe on its own, until the man heard that its heartbeat had returned. He then used a hairdryer to dry its fur, and drove the weasel to an animal hospital. Fortunately, the little animal finally woke up, with only a minor injury to its foot. The man took it home and gave the poor little animal some food. Then he took it into the wild and released it. The little animal simply came over to the man's feet and repeatedly moved around them for a while, before finally turning around and leaving, returning to the world where it belonged. He thought the story had ended there, but a few days later, the weasel unexpectedly showed up at his home and climbed onto his electric scooter. It had even brought its mate along to visit the man who had saved its life. Then, 1 month later, something incredible happened. On his way home from work, the man was suddenly stopped by a weasel blocking the road. It stood motionless right in front of his car. Seeing this, the man quickly told it to move away. "What are you doing here? Hey, go on, go." But it wouldn't move. "I'll honk the horn." But the little animal still refused to move. Just as everyone was wondering what was going on, a landslide suddenly occurred ahead of them. Everyone inside the car was completely terrified. They never imagined that the weasel had come to repay the man's kindness. The village elders used to say that it is extremely rare for a weasel to block someone's path to repay a kindness, and those who witness it are said to have great luck, good fortune and prosperity. So let me pass this beautiful blessing on to you. May your luck turn around for the better, and may you always be safe and well. Who would have thought that the man's kind-hearted rescue would not only save the weasel's life, but also save his own family? Good deeds bring good rewards. May good people always be blessed with peace and safety.